You know, it's a good thing you wear those headphones because I have no idea, and I can actually see what you're doing. Otherwise, I'd have no idea what the music thing. So, anyways, hey, I'm Sean. That's Piercen. Tall tips from short guys. I'm a short guy. I had to find a tall producer.
Yep.
Nothing I could do about it.
I think I've actually grown since the last time we
rude.
recorded.
Well, it happens. It happens. I have not. So, but we do have live people watching. It's very exciting.
Yeah, we are live on Facebook.
Yeah, live on Facebook, and this will be able to be downloaded wherever you like your podcast. So, Tall Tips from Short Guys. We've taken a long break. Intentionally, unintentionally, I kind of wanted to get away from some of the previous influences of the show, and then I went on vacation, and Piercen went on vacation, and school started, and it's just been crazy. But we're back with episode number 8. We do want to appreciate we are over the 100 download mark, and so that's a big deal. And considering how we haven't really put out any content in a couple months, it's a really big deal. So thank you all for watching and listening. And so today we're going to be talking about a topic that is near, I don't want to say dear to my heart. We're going to talk about ghosting. And for those of you who are listening and or watching that is not familiar what the term ghosting means, so say you're talking to someone, typically it's not in person because it's hard to just go invisible. In general,
I've done it a couple times.
Yeah. That's impressive. In fact, if you could do that live on camera, I think it would be the most popular. Piercen, where'd you go? Piercen. Oh, there he is. Okay, well, that's pretty impressive.
Halloween is coming up, so I
right?
gotta practice.
That's true. We were like 5 days out. Pretty exciting. I have a couple kids. My oldest is going to be a hot dog.
Oh.
With 3D condiments.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 3D condiments, which basically just means that they're stitched onto the costume. And then my youngest is basically going to be piggyback riding an ostrich, inflatable ostrich. So that's...
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah. I saw one where it was like an alien carrying a guy. That one was funny because the Area 51.
Same principle. This one's it's an inflatable ostrich. Some of them are inflatable, some of them are not, and this one is. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. So ghosting, to get back to that, is essentially where you're either talking or texting or Facebook messaging someone, and they just stop responding. Like, poof, they're a ghost. And, now everything has to have its own term. Before, you would just say, oh, they just never called me back.
Yeah. Or
they just didn't text back. Now it's ghosting. It's official. It's probably in the Oxford English Dictionary. Under G.
Definitely,
ghosting. Yeah, or Webster's or
Merriam-Webster's. Very prevalent these days. Yeah.
It is, and that's what drives me insane. Like, everyone thinks it's... Okay, well, what we're going to get to, and I know that you're not a millennial, you're a zennial, or whatever.
Gen Z?
Gen Z, whatever it is, but...
04.
But the thing is, like, everyone wants to blame the younger generation for this. As a lack of respect or something like that. But I will tell you from recent experience, and I'm going to get into a personal experience that happened recently, unfortunately. But everyone wants to blame this younger generation for ghosting because they think it's just, it's entitled age and everyone deserves everything, and ghosting is a thing because of them, but it's not. It's happened for a million years. It'll continue to happen regardless of age. And just, it's rude.
Yeah, it's rude.
Messed up. It's messed up. It's like, it's. I don't know the best way to say this, but essentially what you're saying is that my time is way more important than yours. I'm way more important than you, and to such an extreme level that I'm not even going to dignify you with a response.
Yeah, can't even say goodbye.
I can't. I can't
explain to them what happened.
Yeah, or
so you can fix the problem. That's like one thing. Yeah,
in the middle of a freaking conversation, the conversation just ends. Like, I didn't think we were done talking, and then all of a sudden they're just gone forever. Yeah. My most recent experience, and for those of you that have listened, or those of you that know me, I've been single for the better part of, I'll call it a year and a half almost, and just fine. Don't get me wrong. I do want a companion, so ladies, if you're listening, and you want to find us on Facebook or any other social media. Not pandering, by the way. But anyways, I was trying some online dating, which is just a mistake. I mean, it's just hard to meet people, and then this is called Tall Tips from Short Guys. So I mean, being 5'5" on a warm day does not make it any easier. But that being said, I started hopping on some of these websites, and I had met someone, and I really liked her. She was really cool, and she had kids my kid's age, and she was my age, and she was successful, and all this stuff, and everything was going really well. And we went on a bunch of dates and everything, and then we would still talk, and then nothing.
She's gone.
I literally said, hey, when I get back, I'd love to see you this weekend. And she's like, well, I have my kids and I'm really busy, but I'll try and squeeze you in. I said, cool, I want to see your face, And then nothing.
Huh.
Nothing. And then like the next day, hey, morning, nothing. And now it's been a week and a half. Nothing. Like, I don't understand. Like, and everyone's like, oh, you know what, that younger generation. I'm like, look, she's like 44. Like, this is, you can't blame this on the younger generation. She's just bucking the trends, right? So I don't get it. So, I mean, if you're watching or listening right now, and you feel free to communicate with us on social media and everything, we're going to post this. This is live on Facebook, and obviously you can download it or watch it if you're on Facebook and you're following the page, or if you're going to download this, you can always find us on social media. Just go on to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that, and just look up Tall Tips from Short Guys, and you'll be able to find us. We're out there.
If you like it and turn on notifications, you can see we're live. And
YouTube.
Yeah, and YouTube as well, yeah.
We still need to get that Wirecast set up.
We do,
so we can go live on all the platforms
we
at the same time.
can do everything at the same time. Add graphics.
And Periscope.
Yeah, Periscope. I think that was
been
big.
Around for a while.
Like, yeah, it's been a while. It was big, like into 2016, 2017.
It's still there.
It's still there. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's like part of Twitter, isn't it?
I think the only thing we don't have is TikTok.
I have TikTok.
Well, you've got like millions of views on your stuff. We're not going to get into that because we're not going to embarrass his family. But it's meant for small bits, and that may be perfect.
Like 15
actually.
second clips. Yeah,
maybe perfect for us. Anyways, so I want to kind of I want to jump into why obviously everyone knows why ghosting is rude. It's just the fact that you're not acknowledging the person and their existence and everything is just flat out rude. But more specifically, I don't understand, like, people who defend this, who say it's okay. So in my example, let's just jump back to my example. So it's pretty obvious that she either found someone else or didn't want to see me anymore. Either way, there's nothing I can do about it, right? But maybe tell me.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not going to work out, or hey, started seeing someone, I was seeing you and someone else at the same time, and, I really think there's something with them. But hey, good luck. Something, but it's just like a lack of
communication.
Yeah.
Which I've had so many conversations with my friends who are my age. I'm 15, they're 15, and it seems to be a problem with the younger generation, lack of communication. I always tell them, if they can't be there, tell me. Because then I have to stick to a schedule, because my day is different every day. And I don't really have time to just see what happens. I have to know. So if they can't tell me, I've had so many conversations with that. It's really annoying.
Well, and either you're going to show up somewhere and someone's not going to be there, or...
And then you're like, yeah.
And then
I don't drive either, so then I'll be stuck there with no one.
Right.
And I'll just be sitting in the restaurant in the corner like the creepy old man.
Or the creepy young man or something like that. But But this happened to me once before in a dating situation. I feel like this all stems from being a bitter old man, but I'm not old yet. But I mean, I guess my point is, this happened before. And finally, she got back in touch with me after like a week. And she said, I figured it would just be easy for you if I either didn't talk to you or lied about it. And the lie was, in this case, she went back to her ex-boyfriend. End of the story is, because I want to just let everyone know who's listening to this, she ended up breaking up with him again and then trying to call me, and I wasn't single then, so, joke's on her, but... Haha. Anyways, But she's like, it's either easier to not talk to you or to lie to you because I don't want to hurt your feelings. I'm like, please hurt my feelings. Like, let me know the truth, because if there's anything that you have to know, like, no one, you may not like the truth, but everyone's going to hate the lie.
Yeah. And you need to hear it.
You know, or I'm like constructive criticisms or something, you know, like, I don't know, no, please tell me what I did wrong. It wasn't anything like that. It was just someone else. And they had history or something like that. And in this case, I have no idea. I really have no idea.
Yeah.
It's almost kind of funny because we're doing this podcast right now. And I have to tell you, it's the weekend. And I want to text her right now just to kind of see if she responds to it.
Social experiment.
It's a real good social experiment. But I'm like, what do I do? What would I text? I mean, like, how do I send a message to not come off like a total jerk? Yeah. Do I care, though, at this point? Because nothing's going to happen anyways. I have nothing to lose, right? But it would be kind of a funny social experiment.
Yeah,
so
just to see what she says.
I feel like texting like, hey, I realize we're probably not going to see each other anymore. Just kind of curious as to why you dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah. Which is like a problem in a lot of relationships I've heard that my friends have been in, older people, is like they'll just be like, act like little kids, and they'll just be silent, and they won't say anything. And they'll ghost each other for months. And if you tell them the issue, then they can resolve it and move on. It's so simple. But
like, I feel like, not to jump into super personal stuff, but I mean, if you're going to listen to this, download the podcast, you're going to get to know us anyway. So, but my marriage ended, and it was one of those things where I had a weird feeling for a couple weeks, but she wouldn't talk to me about it. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, is everything okay? And it wasn't okay, but we didn't have a chance to work on it because of lack of communication. And this whole thing with ghosting is just, I don't know. It's just so frustrating. It frustrates me to no end. We've had discussions even on this podcast, like, taking the first step and doing something. But I feel like it doesn't end there. It's being a decent human being is just part of life. I mean, like, people deserve better. I think is my point. Yeah. People deserve better. And it's one of those things where I feel like you could just, it's so easy. It's even easier to not say something, but it's so easy just to send a quick text message. Yeah. I mean, there's no confrontation. I mean, literally, she would not have to be in my face telling me that she wasn't interested. She could literally be just like, hey, you know what, it wasn't really feeling it, or there's someone else. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't have been that hard, but like, people there's no one, like, no one there anymore.
And like Snapchat, because in Snapchat you can see when it says it opened.
Right.
It says when they're typing, and so they could open it, start typing, you'll see typing, and then you won't get a notification that they sent, and then so you know, like, they saw it.
They saw it,
and they were going to say something,
to respond,
but they didn't.
Right. So it's kind of funny that you mentioned that, because as someone who has some sort of neuroses about communication and things like that, I will usually, if I'm friends with someone on Facebook and I have their phone number, I'll usually send them a Facebook message so I can at least see that they read it.
Yeah, because it'll say delivered.
It'll say delivered, sent, read, all that stuff. So I know that they saw it. So they can't back out of it. In the situation I was talking about before, I wasn't friends with her on Facebook.
Yeah.
I may have slightly tried to find her on Facebook, and I may have. I mean, I did, but I didn't send her a friend request. I should send one now, because that would be freaky and fun as hell. But I'm not going to do that.
No.
Because that's creepy.
Be mature.
Be mature. Be
creepy.
Be the person I'm telling everyone not to be. Right? No, I'm not going to do that.
No FBI investigation.
No. I mean, they're probably listening anyways, but, it's fine. It's so, I mean, but you talk to people about the topic of ghosting, and they'll say, well, it's just easier not to say something. Easier for who? Easier for you? Yeah, of course it's easier for you not to say anything. But it's all about respect on the other side of that communication, because they're wondering what's happening. The other person that's not talking is wondering what's happening. And that's kind of a big deal. It's just, it all boils down to respect for other people's feelings and ideas, and So,
But what they need to do is they need to, because this is called Tall Tips for Short Guys.
Yeah.
So they need to find a dating, like the farmers meet, or like
FarmersOnly.com, Christian Mingle.
Yeah, they need to find like some sort of like short people meet.
Well, and if there isn't one out there, there should be.
Yeah.
And which creates a new business opportunity for us, right? But it's kind of funny that you mentioned that because one of my coworkers actually met her fiance on Farmers Only.
Oh.
And he's like a rancher / farmer, and she just lived in a city house like this, but she kind of like wants to embrace that lifestyle.
Yeah.
And so she went on to Farmers Only and found a guy. And she's a little bit older. Mm-hmm. But I guess the whole point is that maybe I should just join Farmers Only. I think is what we're trying to say.
Bring your pitchfork.
I know, right? I'll just, I'll have to take a picture with some straw hanging out of my mouth or something. And I don't know. I mean, like, I'll have to really embrace that lifestyle. How about, oh, you know what? Or maybe like an anti-ghosting dating site where like you have to respond. And if you choose not to, it's going to send a response for you.
Oh, yeah. That is a good idea.
The person who you were communicating with has chosen to be a jerk, and we're sending this as a notification to at least give you a response.
They viewed it. Yeah.
That's amazing.
That'd be hilarious.
All right. Well, we got some stuff to write down.
Yeah, we need
some
take
apps
some
to create, and we're going to have to re-listen and re-watch this show several times.
Yeah. We'll let you know when the prototype comes out.
Yeah, exactly. When we have something ready.
Opening,
yeah. When we have a beta version of this app and all of you short people are watching, you can download it and review it for us and see how it is. I know there's a couple people live watching right now on Facebook. If you guys have questions or comments about ghosting that you've been listening to or watching and want to chime in on the conversation, we do have about 3-4 minutes left. Other things you want to discuss here. Any ideas for future podcasts? We're always open to that.
Let us know. Yeah, we are always open to ideas.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you guys want to hear?
Tips can be from anywhere. I mean, I'll be talking about them because I'm a short guy. But I mean, really, it's more so about what this is an interactive platform. I mean, a lot of people will download a podcast, listen to it in their car on their way to work. That's why we're doing these. You don't want to, Joe Rogan will do like an hour minimum, but I've seen some of his go like 3 hours.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I mean, like,
I don't think
they're fascinating. Yeah, not without bathroom breaks or
nap times.
Yeah, bathroom breaks, nap times,
silence
snacks.
for 15 minutes while we take a power nap.
Right, exactly. But I couldn't do that. I could. I was in radio for a long time, and the shift was 4 hours. Now, you weren't glued to your chair, because obviously you put on a song for 5 minutes, so you can go. But the whole running joke was like if you put on Tool or Metallica or something like that, you could go run, grab a cigarette, go to the bathroom, hit the deuce.
Yeah.
Still come back with about 4 minutes left. So, not the case with this. Very interactive. You can't have dead air. People don't want to listen to it. So, I guess to wrap things up, I think it's just a basic human decency that ghosting. I put this on Facebook on my personal page, and I'm Sean Scott, by the way. If you want to send me a friend request, I probably have 6 left.
Yeah.
But and they're like, well, you don't know. She could have been hit by a car and she's in a coma. I'm like, you know what? If that's the one situation, if everything that running through your mind says, no, she didn't ghost you. She was in a terrible car accident. That's what you're going to throw at me? Okay. If you're watching or listening, person who I'm talking about, who I will not make public in this broadcast, if you watch this years later after you wake up from your coma, my apologies, okay? Other than that, you're a jerk. No, I'm just... Okay, you're not a jerk. You may be... Okay, you're a jerk. Possibly.
We're not going to jump to conclusions. Because she could possibly be in a coma. You might want to just go to the hospital websites and just see who the patients are.
She works for hospitals, so maybe I should just go and, see if she's there and then send some flowers or something.
Yeah.
No, she probably won't.
Or, like, if you want to get really creepy, find out, like, her friends on Facebook and talk to them.
Oh, jeez. That's really pushing the limits.
Yeah. I mean, if you're desperate.
I'm not. I'm really not.
No, if you're not desperate, move on. Plan accordingly. Yeah. Well, I think our time's up, so we're gonna wrap up this episode about ghosting. Thank you all for watching and listening. We will see you
This is a Monday, Wednesday, Friday kind of deal. So if you're watching, you're kind of getting an advanced broadcast of this
Preview. Yeah.
It's like a full length
the whole
preview.
thing. Yeah, it's the whole.
Yeah. I don't want a piece. I'm giving you the whole thing. So
if you guys want the whole thing early, go to Facebook.
Yeah, watch it live.
Go to YouTube.
And if not, then you can catch it on every streaming service, iHeart.
Oh yeah, we just got
Spreaker,
confirmed on iHeart, Apple Music,
Apple,
Spreaker, Castbox, Deezer,
Google,
yeah,
Google
Play,
yeah,
everything.
I don't know if there's an Amazon version. We should look into that.
Oh, Amazon Podcast.
Maybe I don't know. We'll look into it.
Works. I don't know if I've heard anything about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's Amazon. They have everything. So
yeah, because you can like on Amazon Music. I think you could download podcasts.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyways, thank you guys.
Everything. Thank you.
Thank you for listening and watching and all that. And check us out on episode 9.